Hi everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Urban legends, missing heaven, Hookman coming for you, missing 15 minutes. AJ wrote it, Sammy reads it, Mothman's flying at you, missing 15 minutes.
Hello and welcome to Mything 15 Minutes, the podcast where legends are short and the facts are shorter. I'm Sam Rossi, reading a script by A.J. Carey, and today we're going to answer the age-old question of what happens when you walk into a dark, abandoned building and go, "Is anybody there?" Spoiler, if there's an answer, you've either got ghost or you're trespassing.
I'm A.J. Carey, and I'm also here. I didn't build it be saying anything.
No, you
into
didn't
the
build
script this
anything.
time.
And I'm going to read what you put in front of me, and you know this.
It's fair.
Anyways, today's topic is an overview of ghost hunting. The gear, the lore, the spooky vibes, and the answering if that ping on the EMF is a ghost or being in a house with terrible wiring. Could be both.
Dude, like our house.
Our house is both. So grab your flashlights and your dime store recorders. It's time to talk ghosting.
And she never called me back.
And that's exactly what went through my head. Thanks. There's going to be some joke about being ghosted. Wow. So ghost hunting. It's been a thing forever. People have been trying to contact the dead or prove an afterlife for, well, since people have been dying. We aren't going to really open that can of worms when we have so many other cans to crack. The modern notion of ghost hunting, though, would be probably starting in the mid-1800s with the spiritualist movement. That'd be where you start getting the contemporary Victorian takes on seances, table tipping, and people like the Fox sisters who use that to their advantage to fleece people out of money. You know, that makes me think of Harry Houdini.
Harry Houdini, while he did do a lot of magic stuff, like he did,
No. He actually
he was very against. He was
when his wife died.
He was a debunker.
He was. When his wife died, he had a seance, and they tried, he's asking questions, already knowing the answers, and not getting the right answers, and he flips out and walks away and goes, "There is no after, these people are all fake."
Well, but that's sort of what I like, is that even people who know, it's sort of like Penn and Teller.
Yes.
They are phenomenal stage musicians, sleight of hand people, whatever you want to call them.
Yes.
But they will absolutely turn around and be like, what we do is fake.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It takes a phenomenal skill, don't get me wrong.
Right, and Penn Jillette, he wants to believe in something beyond the normal. But he does not believe that magic that he does is paranormal.
Yeah, and he's always been one to turn around and be like, no, it's not paranormal. I'm just that damn good.
And I've watched him over the years so many times because he had his show on FX.
Yeah.
So I remember watching that in the 90s, early 2000s. And
I think we've lost the script here.
I had to reload the script. But it's just one of those things that you can watch him. He shows you what he's doing.
It's actually what I love.
And you still go, Well, how the fuck did he do that?
There was, I want to say it was an HBO special, or I think it might have been a part of Fool Us,
Yeah.
where literally they'll do a break, in between all the acts, trying to air quote fool them. He's even turned around and said, actually, half of the tricks that we picked to fool us, they didn't fool us. They were just really good tricks using what we knew,
Yeah.
and let's give the dudes a bump, you know what I mean, which is phenomenal. But they'll always explain, like, there's this one that I love. It's Gillette is smoking a cigarette and doing this,
Yes.
sleight of hand prestidigitation stuff, and they're explaining exactly what he's doing,
And it still ends up in Teller's
and it is
mouth.
still fucking brilliant. Like, it's still,
And it still ends up in Teller's mouth, and you're like, how the fuck? And he does it slow. He slows it down, and you're still like, but I don't understand how.
and I think that's what he loves the most is I just told you how I fucked you over. Yeah, but what just happened?
All right, back to the story. Then came the 20th century. 20th Century Fox just popped into my head going, bah, bah, bah. Well, I have Fox Sisters right above it, so my
No,
brain
I get
just
it.
went.
I get it.
All right, so back to the story. We're having a problem following today. Then came the 20th century, and that snowball grew into parapsychology, research institutes, and a whole lot of scientific ghost hunting. Ghost detecting. Heavy on the air quotes there. Even then, it was housed in a very limited bubble, with more book deals and continuing the public displays that Victorian stage musicians were doing. But then, TV happened.
It's always TV's fault.
What was it that the kids said? Something, I'm a warm mother. And The Simpsons, it was a Simpsons
Secret lover.
Yeah.
Teacher, mother, secret lover.
That was it. The mediumship switched from trying to express and identify the paranormal to extorting the paranormal. The early 2000s especially. Well, there are some haunted house specials around. In 2004, when the Ghost Hunters came on the scene, it was bigger than when Jurassic Park made people want to be paleontologists. Boom! Ghost hunting became part hobby, part performance art, and part horror movie in real life. They become so saturated in the market, I'm fairly certain we have some in the walls right now asking for a sign. You know what? Not arguing that one.
I mean, think about it. There's literally even just, if you, like, there's so many now. And not just on, TV/streaming.
No. But modern ghost hunters don't just wander around with flashlights and hope something spooky taps them on the shoulder. That would be ghost tripping.
Very good.
Well, sometimes they do, but that's more ghost tripping from last week than ghost hunting. I forgot that line was in there. I just pulled an AJ.
High five.
Your modern ghost hunting toolkit is EMF detectors. Allegedly pick up changes in the electromagnetic fields. Ghost equal energy. I can see it. Trollison can see that one. That one makes sense. Digital voice recorders. For catching EVPs, aka ghostly whispers you usually cannot hear in real time, EVPs stand for electro voice phenomenon.
Electronic voice phenomenon.
Whatever. It no longer. You can still use the old school tape ones.
Well, you can, and you kind of, to me, you kind of should, because digital artifacting is so much more of a thing now, where you've got a lot of, and then you've also got people who use white noise detect. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, totally.
I hate those scanners. Those are the ones that always irk me the most when they pull them out. That's the one that scans all the radio waves in the area. It does the get out. Like it'll.
Fuck you. Hold on, which one was that? Was that that was Ghost Adventures with Zach and Aaron.
if it sounds the most interesting, it's Ghost Adventures. I like taps. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I love taps, but they went too commercial.
Well, I don't even think it.
To me, it felt too commercial, that they were oversaturating themselves.
Well, I think I agree on that, because I mean they ran for like 15 fucking seasons,
something like
and that's
that.
before they split and then started like the new Ghost Adventure or the new Ghost Hunters or whatever the hell.
Whatever it is now. And I tried watching it. It's not as much fun without the original cast.
But I think that's also because they're still trying to hold on to what was working 20 years ago.
True. But anyways. Next thing. Infrared thermometers or thermal cameras. To find ghost spots. To find cold spots. Because ghosts apparently hate central heating. Now, I understand, no, in theory, I understand Ghost uses heat to manifest, and it equals
Ghost collects the heat as energy to manifest.
Manifest.
I get the lore.
However, I don't think it should be cold energy. I think it would have popped up as warm because it's sucking the energy in.
Well, there's some people that do that. There's a hot spot that's in the shape of a person, therefore it's a person. But we'll get to the debunky bit after we're talking about the gear.
Alright, spirit boxes, which scan AM, FM radio stations at random so spirits can talk using fragmented words.
Those are the ones that annoy me. Also the white noise, but I just don't like white noise.
I don't understand white noise, but
You
know what it is? We grew up in a time period where TV went off the air still. So we had it where we fall asleep at Fox, wake up at 2 in the morning to
You know what? That's very fair.
So it might just be trauma from our childhood.
It might just be past trauma, yes.
Alright. And here's AJ's favorite, the night vision camera. Because when you want to scream in a hallway at 2 a.m., might as well be in a glorious green tinted HD. Granted, some like to go with the more spiritual route with divining rods or pendulums, or just tuning in, which is basically psychic Bluetooth.
And that's also where you get a lot of people doing the, I felt like I was possessed.
I felt like somebody ran right through me like in Ghost. But with all this tech, is there any actual scientific evidence? Those all measure things. Short answer, no. Long answer, hell no. Most of the gear chosen by ghost hunters are very affected by environmental means. Drafts changing temperatures, electricity spiking EMFs, and even ambient sound being catched on mic. But for many of the hunters, it's part of the experience. Sure, the fridge can spike the EMF, but if you're already feeling uneasy, that means something. And honestly, when you're in a pitch black room at 3 a.m. and you hear a whisper, you're not thinking about peer-reviewed journals. But like I said, we're not opening that can of worms, at least until the discussion. So yeah, ghost hunting has always been a thing. It became far more entertainment driven now, and even now, the future of ghost hunting is being broadcast on YouTube and TikTok. Flashlights in one hand, ring lights in the other. Because what's scarier than the undead? The algorithm.
Ba-dum-punch. Waka
So
waka.
So don't forget to save us from the algorithm by liking, sharing, rating us 5 stars wherever you listen. So, ghost hunting, we pretty much discussed everything in the discussion portion.
Yeah, actually, I think this actually worked out really well. I don't think there's anything to add. Like, we could add, I really like, I got nothing.
Well, the only thing you didn't bring up is the laser, the laser, laser
the
thing.
the Connect laser grid thing that
the grid thing that goes
now?
when the lasers are broken.
Yeah.
Now I have it's a catch-22 because do I believe something's breaking it? Yes. What is breaking it? I don't know.
Well, it's sort of like orbs.
Could wind be breaking the beams just enough with the dust?
I was about to say, the dust, bugs, literally anything. You put a tripwire in a fucking abandoned house.
Something's going to trip it. So I'm just throwing out...
But that's sort of where I actually really like... there's some phenomenal episodes of shows that really builds on that idea. Like, I think I brought up... Spoilers, this is actually the second record. It's why Sam sounds like she knows what she's saying now.
I did sound a little bit better.
I know. I kind of want to start doing rehearsals. But anyways, like Smosh, very famous YouTube people.
Right.
They had an episode where they were, air quote, ghost hunting in their studio. It wasn't framed as ghost hunting. It was, just here's how creepy it is, and all that. You also had Modern Rogue, who did a phenomenal episode on air quote ghost hunt. They did a full episode that was just them doing a stock ghost hunting show in I believe it's the Wizard Tower. It's a cool ass brewery.
Okay.
But and they played it air quote straight insofar as it's a ghost hunting show.
Like Taps or Ghost Adventures?
More like Taps.
Okay.
But they still then did a second episode where it was like, cool, you just saw the ghost hunter part. Now here's us showing where, all the stuff all the air quote evidence was easily debunkable.
Right.
You're in a chromed out kitchen and your thermal's picking up, heat signatures.
You're totally reflecting off
You're just
it.
reflecting off, Hey, you hear a weird word when you're standing on the roof of a thing in the middle of downtown Austin, or whatever fucking part of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I doubt it's a ghost. It's probably, external.
Right.
Stuff like that. It worked really cool to show the debunk.
Do I believe there are ghosts? Yes. There has to be. With how many different energies there are, you have to think, where does our energy go?
Right.
So, like, if energy cannot be created, it's all, you can transform it, but you do not create energy.
Yes, but then you have to get into the not quite science of what are people.
Yes.
We are a billion fucking chemical imbalances in a row.
With the electricity running through us.
With, it's like, it's sort of where it's one of those things where, does energy have to be created or destroyed, or, the conservation of energy as it is? We as humans already not create and destroy, but we deplete our energy. We die because because we oxidize. That is quite literally the aging process is. It's fucked, but you know what I mean. It's like
I can see that.
So you have to have the notion that people are more than the sum of their parts, which I want to believe. Now, do I believe that in an individual, energy stays? Because memory is memory and is not energy, but you know what I mean. For instance,
can you imprint on a place?
Well, not imprint on a place, imprint on a person. Like me, sometimes I still hear what sounds like Frankie walking up here.
Yep.
Hear the little tippy tappies of her way too long claws.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that because Frankie lived here and Frankie imprinted on the house? Or is it because I still have memories of Frankie, so even if I hear a mouse running across the floor, my brain instantly goes to Frankie?
I can see that, yeah.
Is it that Shell's dad keeps fucking stealing all of our stuff, or do we just fucking suck?
You know what? I'm not entirely sure anymore on that one. Because I gotta tell you, when shit just shows back up, and you've checked that area, and you've moved everything, and it still shows up between two water bottles that you just set down, yeah, something not right there. Or when we cleaned off the desk looking for my debit card, went outside, had a cigarette, came back in, and it was just sitting there on the keyboard.
That was forever ago.
But
yes, you're right. There are strange, weird things. I'm not saying this isn't a
but
versus.
as I
it
say,
is a matter of,
as I say, the house it giveth and it taketh.
But that could easily also be pixies. We have kids around. They could just be being dicks because we're not letting them take the kids.
They can have the feral one.
No, I like all my kids. And I also don't want him with fairy-like powers.
He would be the interesting one with powers.
But the point is that you want to believe. I will always... I think this is where skepticism can always suck. Because on my hand, while I can be freaked out in the moment, like when I, snuck into the Old Main long ago, past the point of trespassing laws, I thought I saw someone. Whether it was a ghost or a homeless person or a trick of the light, guess what? It's about how it makes you feel in the moment. It's why they always shut off all the lights in a ghost hunting show.
Right.
It's why, because it is again a part of the experience. You're not going to be freaked out in a kitchen that has faulty wiring. You should.
Totally.
But the second the EMF, all of a sudden you hear the beep, 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 because now it's spiking at a 6.
Yeah. All right. We're at 25:10, and there's a child coming up the stairs. I'm Sam Rossi.
And I'm AJ Carey.
Later, y'all.
Living 15.
Keep on carrying on.
C-A-R-E-Y. Because
Carry On Production.